Oh, hello, good sir. I'd like to do a trade. How does 2 of your finest goats in exchange for, oh, this mystery box sound? Yeah?
Back in the very, very early days of civilization, currency came in the form of, well, whatever you had that could be swapped. It was known as bartering. Of course, bartering had its downsides. First of all, you had to find someone who actually wanted what you had to trade and hope they had something you wanted in return. And it meant you could only make that trade when you had your goods in hand.
What? What do you mean you don't want my mystery box? You'd prefer a cow? But I don't have a cow.
That's where money comes in. Although it didn't look like the stuff we use today. Whale teeth, barley, feathers, shells, even cows were all used as money or currency in different parts of the world. It meant instead of swapping things directly, you could exchange something that everyone agreed was valuable.
What if I give you these shells and you can go buy yourself a cow from Bruce down the road? We all agree shells are valuable, right?
But of course, shells are only valuable if you don't live near a beach.
You keep dropping them.
And eventually, people started making coins. Most experts agree that the first coins came from the Lydians. They lived in this part of the world from 1200 BC to 564 BC, and came up with the idea of melting down precious metals into flat, roundish discs with designs on them, aka coins.
I love them. They're round, they're flat, I can fit them in my pocket. Oh, well, this one's made of chocolate. Weird. Want some?
The coin craze caught on, and more countries started minting their own, which made trade a lot easier. Because the metal that made up the coins was valuable everywhere, no matter whose head was printed on it. Although carrying around large amounts of coins could be, well, heavy.
Don't help, it's all good.
Which brings us to paper money. The first forms of paper money were introduced by the Tang dynasty in China in the 7th century. And Marco Polo, no, not the game you play in a pool, but the European explorer, spread the idea throughout Europe. The pieces of paper, known as promissory notes, were kind of like IOUs.
So what you're telling me is that all your money is at a merchant's house, but you can offer me this piece of paper that states how many coins you owe me and I can redeem them at a later date? Well, I mean, that sounds legit, sure. Okay.
Of course, these days, money looks very different. It's not based on the value of this metal, or any metal. Instead, the value of currencies is determined by governments and banks and international trade, which brings us to cryptocurrencies. The first cryptocurrency popped up in 2008. You've probably heard of it before. Bitcoin. Each Bitcoin is a hugely complicated piece of computer code that's hard to create and can't be copied, which some people reckon makes it a perfect currency. Over the years, Bitcoin has been joined by heaps of other cryptocurrencies, like Ethereum and Dogecoin, which started as a joke, got popular, and then dropped in value when this guy said this.
So it's a hustle. Yeah, it's a hustle.
You see, unlike our dollars, the values of cryptocurrencies aren't regulated, and they're worth whatever people want to pay for them. And some reckon they're a bit of a fad. But who knows what the future of currency will hold.
All right, that'll be 2 Bitcoins and $20, which you can transfer directly, or I could get one of those little tap and go machines that you attach to your phone.